Health officials around the world are racing to learn more about the coronavirus. And one thing we do know is that the virus is disproportionately affecting older people with underlying conditions. Americans over the age of 50 are at greater risk. Dr. Steve Papuchis joins us this morning with his take on a whole body approach that can maximize your well-being. And it really is that, because we heard the question earlier, is there something you could take medicinally if you think you have the coronavirus? And really no clear-cut answers there. So let's talk about building our immune system from inside.
Absolutely.
Where do you begin?
So I think the foundation for building a good immune system is starting with adequate nutrition. And what we recommend with all of our patients is that you eat the rainbow. In other words, you eat a well-balanced diet with lots of different food options in different colors. So fruits and vegetables, fresh fruits, whole foods, lean proteins, healthy fats. So when you're going to pick your fresh fruits, apples and bananas, get some carrots and nuts, all these things together on your plate, so you can get all the nutrients your body needs. 70% of your immune system originates in your gut.
Right.
So the food that you eat to fuel your body also fuels your gut. So you need to keep your body healthy. And I know with concerns about coronavirus, preparing for quarantine and maybe staying in a little bit, frozen vegetables and frozen fruits are a great option.
I was going to ask that. If you don't have access to the fresh produce, frozen can work just as well.
Absolutely. You really don't lose any, if at all, the nutritional benefit of fresh produce when you get frozen. In addition, you can take that frozen option, put it in a blender, mix it up, try a smoothie. So, while it is a little bit bleak and anxiety-provoking, have some fun with it. So try mixing things together that you wouldn't have otherwise tried.
Doctor's orders. Okay, next up, I see a pillow, I see a sleeping mask. That means I got to get my sleep.
Absolutely. We can't stress enough how critical sleep is to building resiliency and restoring your body and restoring your immune system. We recommend anywhere from 7 to 9 hours of consistent sleep per day.
Right there. 7 to 9 hours. I mean, for a lot of people, though, that's a luxury. So how can you, especially in this stressful time, you're up, worried about all sorts of things, 7 to 9 hours, if I'm not getting that, is it still okay?
You have to basically do the best you can with what you have. I understand that anxiety keeps people awake at night, and there's a lot of things that you can do to help relieve your stress before you go to bed, but really important to understand that restorative sleep is what your body needs so it can be more resilient, so your immune system can function at its most optimal state. So trying to be consistent with your sleep, while it's hard, really stress trying to keep a good sleep environment, dark lighting, getting a good night's sleep every night by setting the same time you go to bed in the evening and the same time you wake up in the morning, and taking an hour before you go to bed just to disconnect, get rid of the blue light.
Distressing, right? That plays a big part. You have to kind of try to reduce the stress in your life, as difficult as that is for so many of us these days, right?
Absolutely. And there's some easy things that you can do to help reduce the stress in your life. The first thing is, try to get outside. Spring is coming, the sun is coming out, get exposure to sunlight and increase your vitamin T. Go to parks, get green spaces. Obviously, with this pandemic that we're worried about, you don't want to be in high populated areas, but if you can get outside, then that would be great. Exercise, trying to be consistent with it. You don't have to do anything fancy. You can be at home, do some squats during commercial breaks, run in place, jumping jacks, see how many push-ups you can do in one commercial.
Get that blood pumping, right?
Exactly, exactly.
So when I see this one, I'm like, yes, alcohol, I need it because I'm so stressed out. But you're saying no.
Well, anything in moderation is kind of the key here. It's the easiest way to stay on top of everything. However, when you drink in excess, it actually impairs your body's immune system.
Really?
Again, if you drink too much, your gut, where 70% of your immune system lives, reacts negatively to excessive amounts of alcohol. You get less release of white blood cells in your system, making it more difficult to fight off infections. So while a glass here and there may be okay, drinking to excess and drinking every day may not be the best thing. And if you're feeling sick, we want you to stay hydrated. We don't want you to stay hydrated with the wine. Try getting water.
Does beer? No.
Try getting some water. Try getting some Gatorade in your system. That's a way to do it. And the other important thing that a lot of people may pair with wine, smoking, nicotine exposure. So people who are at more risk for the coronavirus are older individuals and people who have underlying lung pathology. And what people may not understand is that smoking, even vaping, which removes the tobacco component but still has the nicotine, impairs your lungs' ability to not only get oxygen to your system, but to clear your lungs from all the gunk and things that can build up there that increase your risk of infection. So a really stress to just completely stop smoking and a nicotine exposure if you can.
Very important. The information we can find, Dr. Stephen Papuchis, right there on your screen. Really common sense tips here, but it never hurts to hear them again. You definitely have given us some things to think about. And yes, wine in moderation, everybody, this weekend. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.